am on my way to get a passport photo. I'm going to the Walgreens. I've got an appointment on Friday at the post office to get my passport interview or whatever that is. I don't know what it is. Anyway, so I'm cutting it kind of close, but I just decided a few weeks ago that I was going to go on a missions trip. I'm just as surprised as you are, folks, to be honest with you. I was sitting in church. I learned about the missions trip a while back, and my friends asked me, do you want to go? I gave towards the missions trip last time, but I said, no, there's no way I'm ever going to go. I'll just give to the cause, and you all be blessed and have a great time. Do some great work for the Lord. Well, then the next Sunday, I was sitting in church, and the youth pastor made the announcement that they only had 2 spots left. Well, as I sat there at that moment, something said, oh, you're gonna miss it! And so I said, oh my goodness. So I hurried up and texted him while I was sitting in church right at that moment, and I said, I'm interested in going on the trip. I'm just as surprised as you are. So anyway, now look, I did not think I would ever do anything like that again. I've been on 2 missions trips when I was young, and you know, I told the Lord one time, I hope you never put me in a situation where I'm away from my home for a long period of time, or I'm outside of my safe environment. You know, I don't like change, and it's real hard for me to deal with things. Honey, you all been around here long enough to know Melinda's life is all getting shaken up. I'm having to face new fears. One thing that the Lord has had me doing this year is face fears. So I guess this is really gonna be a really good lesson. There was a time in my life where I told the Lord, this really happened. I told the Lord, I hope I'm never in a situation where I'm without my resources, or I'm in situations that are beyond my control. I like my little habitation. I like to know what to expect at all times. I like being knowing what's going to happen. Well, you all have been around this channel long enough to know this year God's really been stirring up the apple cart, tossing things over and doing some different kind of stuff in my life. So the fact that I'm going to go on a missions trip away from my home for an entire week, that is really big. That is a big step for me. It's a step of faith. Actually, it's not a step of faith. It's like a jump of faith off a cliff. But I really felt in that moment when he said that they only had 2 spots left, I really felt like, Melinda, you're going to miss your opportunity. And I really felt leading to do it. So I'm really excited about it. I think that it's going to be coming full circle from some things that happened in my past, and redeeming some time that I've lost in my life. I feel like this is really a testament to the healing and the deliverance from the spirit of fear and the redemption of lost things in my life. I'm really excited about it, not just for that trip, but I think that these are all steps of faith that are going to be monumental for my future. I really am learning to trust the Lord in more areas of my life, and feeling like it's okay that I'm not the one in control. I can't believe I'm so emotional about this today, but When I was young, I wanted to be a missionary. At one time in my life, I really felt God had called me to the mission field. And after the years of being hurt and used and damaged and destroyed, this is really important to me. It's really a blessing, and it shows me how much God really is able to touch us, regardless of how far we think we've gone. There were years that I was just holding on to my faith, barely hanging on, hoping and praying for better days, praying that God would restore the joy of being saved. And He finally did. He finally did. If you used to serve the Lord, or if you find yourself barely holding on to your faith today, I want to encourage you. Keep trusting the Lord and keep pressing on, and don't give up. Keep praying and pressing, persevering, and contending for the faith, because it is worth it. It is so worth it. I've got to go in there and get a passport picture, and here I'm a mess. I'm a mess. The only thing I have to clean myself up, I had some extra socks in the console. I'm using a sock as a powder puff. Well, I didn't expect any of this today, but whew. I gotta go before I don't have any makeup on. I'll be talking to y'all later. Okay, that didn't hurt at all. I got my photo. They made me take off my earrings, take off my glasses, take off my necklace. I got to keep my little studs on though. She just pulled my hair down a little bit over that. Pretty much no smile, so I look like a real criminal.